Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you Google's brand new Firebase Studio. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, what is Firebase Studio? Well, as you can see, it's very similar to Bolt.new or something like Lovable, but really it isn't, because Firebase Studio combines Bolt.new, Lovable, Cursor all together, while also having some extra features and some unique quirks about it that differentiate it even more from these three platforms. And in my opinion, right now for building web applications or even mobile applications, this is the best platform out there. Now I'm gonna jump right into showcasing Firebase Studio. While we move along with the video, I'm going to show you its unique features, starting from the landing page. Now here in the landing page, you can see that you obviously can directly start typing in your app idea and begin just like something like Build.new or Lovable. But at the bottom here, there's some unique features like the ability to start a new workspace. Now, once you click this, it's going to take you to its AI IDE, which is basically kind of like a VS Code fork that also has Gemini built in, so you will be able to use it exactly like Cursor. Or if you want to continue a project that you've already started working on, either by coding it, or let's say if you were working on something in Bolt.new and you want to move it over to Firebase, you can do that too. And also you have the ability to use a project template, and they have many project templates over here, some popular ones being like Next.js, Node Express, or React Native plus Expo for mobile applications. Now we can finally begin building an application using Firebase Studios. For today, I want to build an application which I saw a while back on TikTok, and this application was getting millions of views, and the guy probably made hundreds of thousands of dollars from this application. And I'm going to attempt to recreate it because it's a very simple idea. You could definitely easily do it on this. And this application being basically an app that gives you the ability to take a picture of your fridge or a group of ingredients, or just type in some ingredients that you have or want to use, and then using some LLM like ChatGPT 4o, for example, it will give you a couple of foods you can make using those ingredients, and that's about it. It's going to be a pretty simple build, but something that could easily become trendy or people can catch on to quickly. Now let's begin building it. Now, something that I've preached for a while on this channel is that I never recommend people to just start typing in their idea over here, and what instead I recommend is to always meta prompt it using something like Gemini or ChatGPT. Now, what is meta prompting? Basically, you tell ChatGPT or Gemini to create a prompt for you to give to Firebase Studio, and that's about it. Today I decided actually on using Gemini, not ChatGPT, because honestly Gemini recently have been killing it with all their new releases like Firebase Studios, VO2 for video generation, and Gemini 2.5 Pro, and the deep research, which I'm planning to make another video on. So if you're interested, comment it down below. Now here, before the video, I already wrote what I want to tell it, so they can either send a picture of their fridge and or put down some ingredients, and then the app would use ChatGPT 4o to list some foods she can make using those ingredients, and that's about it. So let's just send it. I'm going to be using the strongest model that also came out recently, 2.5 Pro experimental. It is a reasoning model, so it's going to think before giving you an answer. App content, prompt, develop. Okay, it said mobile applications. I should have probably been more clear, because I just want to say app. I don't want to make it like too clear. I'm not going to even bother reading all of that. I'm just going to let it do its own thing and see what happens. Let's prototype this app. Now, you guys are going to see another unique thing that Firebase Studios does. I'm just going to give it a minute to load, and then you will see. And here you go. So something that I really like about Firebase Studios, which I've never seen any other AI-powered web app builder do, is it first gives you an application blueprint. So it tells you what it is going to do, like for example the style guidelines and the features. So it's going to tell you the colors it's going to use, the layout, and then it's going to tell you like the features: manual ingredient entry, image upload, image analysis, recipe generation via GPT-4o, and recipe display. This is exactly what I want and exactly what I was imagining when I thought about this idea. So I have no complaints. The colors can be as is, but if you have a complaint about the blueprint, you can describe the changes that you want. It will redo the blueprint for you, and then you can move on and it will start prototyping the app. So it's not going to just make assumptions and prototype the app before making sure it's exactly what you want. So I'm happy with this. Everything is good. So I'm just going to click prototype this app. And now we are over here and you're going to see it start to code everything, making the .env file, just coding, doing its thing. And as you guys can see right here, it's now checking for errors. So it's going to try to debug some of the problems that it may have run into from the initial generation. It will debug them, make sure everything is working correctly. Then it will hand it over to you to see and make sure that you like everything, and then basically just move on. Alright guys, I did get an error, so I'm just going to tell it to fix the error and hopefully we can move on. I did give it quite a big task, so I did expect some errors to occur, but till now everything is running smoothly. It's not too slow with anything. It's moving pretty quickly and the interface is really beautiful. Alright guys, finally it seems like it has finished coding up the application that we want to build. You can see here we have manual ingredients, or you can upload images, which is really nice. Now before testing it, I just want to run over a couple of the features that exist over here. So first of all, you have the select feature, which allows you to select any part of the project. For example, you can select the little chat box over here or the button, and then you can write what you want to change about this. Very nice feature, very unique, and it removes the problem of telling, for example, build.new about one specific problem and then having it change everything or breaking the whole app, which happens a lot when you're using these type of softwares. This just makes it focus on one thing and describe your problem for only one thing. Very nice. And then over here you have the share preview link. Here you can make your project public, and then you can send over the URL to someone else, and then someone can open it and give them workspace access to your project. Another pretty cool feature. And then we have the switch to code feature, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Another feature that is unique to Firebase Studio and I really like is that you're able to annotate. I don't know why the aspect ratio is a bit off here, but anyways, you can basically draw stuff. You can like draw a box and then say like, I want there to be a box that does this and that. I want this to be moved there. You can write arrows and then write text, like for example, this box should include this and that and have this and that feature. Basically, you'll help the application visualize what exactly you want, and that's about it. It's a very cool feature. There's many different options you can do. You can just draw normally with a pencil, so on and so forth. I don't know why the aspect ratio is a bit off there. I guess this is just how it is. Anyways, obviously before testing the app, I probably need to put the API key. As you guys can see now, there's no API key, so it's not gonna work. So to put the API key, I'm actually going to now show you the switch to code option. And once you switch it to code, it's actually going to turn to a normal IDE. This is just a VS Code fork. And now you're officially inside. You're also going to have the preview panel over here and the Gemini chatbot. You can just talk to Gemini over here and it will do the changes just like Cursor, but Google exclusive, I guess, which may be like the one downside to this, because this is a Google product. They're only going to use their own products, so you're only going to see Gemini everywhere and it's going to let you only use Gemini stuff. Now you can go to the .env file, and then you're going to see that now you have the ability to put the API key. Even though I told it to use the OpenAI API key, it still was adamant on using the Gemini API key. I'm just gonna go with the flow and just put the Gemini API key. I can't type, but to get the Gemini API key, just go to Gemini Studios, get API key, create API key. It's gonna start generating your API key for you. You can copy it and go back to your IDE, paste it over here, and that's about it. You can, let's refresh this, put bread, bread, cheese, generate, and there you go, it's working perfectly fine. Another thing that I would like to mention is that right now when I went and got the API key from Google Studios, I actually never put a single penny inside of this, but the nice thing about Google is that they give you some free credits to work with to test the API key. You do not need to put any money into it to use it, which is really nice. Now here, they gave you a couple of things you can make, bread, cheese, and then they put a couple of asterisks for the ingredients that you have. Then for the ingredients that you don't have, they do not put any asterisks. Alright, seems to be working fine. Now I'm going to be right back as I go get an image of a fridge that has food inside of it, and we can test the image upload feature. Don't think I forgot about that. Alright guys, I did get this image of a fridge. It seems to have some chicken, meat, some vegetables inside, and some sauces that I'm not familiar with. Does seem to also have some cheese over here and stuff like that. So let's test it out. Actually, before doing it, let's now try switching back to the prototype and making sure that your API key still works once you're back in the prototype. So let's do this. Okay, yeah, so even after you switch to the prototype, once you put your API key, you can go back here and it will still work perfectly fine. But now I want to test the upload image feature, and as I'm saying that, I'm trying to click, but it is actually not working. It just doesn't work. Let me try like refreshing and then clicking. Oh, it says one issue. All right, I'm just gonna try describing the issue. First, I'm gonna tell it the manual ingredients section is working perfectly fine, but when I try to click the image upload button, nothing happens, and I also get the following error. I'm gonna copy that, go over here, paste it, and see what happens. I'm gonna let it do its thing now. It's doing the file changes. Hopefully it fixes it, and then we will have a complete application that you can probably just honestly fix the UI and nothing else. I would say the UI is pretty boring right now. Let me try actually using the select feature, because every time I tell it that the upload image button isn't working, it just continues not to work. Nothing happens when I click this. It does not take me to my file explorer. Let me try it that way and see what happens. Let's try the feature now, and finally it's working. So guys, this just shows how powerful the select feature, which when I was trying to debug, I completely forgot it existed because I'm so used to the old process of these other AI powered web app builders. But this select feature is really came in clutch. It instantly fixed the problem, couple of seconds. So use it is my suggestion. Let's go back here and get this image, confirm the ingredients. Oh, that's pretty interesting. It analyzes the image, it gets the ingredients from the image, and then it categorizes them according to what it saw, which in this case, admittedly, it did not see well. I wouldn't want to blame this on the application or the capabilities of Firebase Studios and waste your time, because at the end of the day, this is a problem from the Gemini LLM, not from the app. The app is working perfectly fine, so I'm not going to make too much of a fuss about that. So I'm just going to try to generate recipes, and boom. And now let's try like combining. So apple, banana, cherry, and strawberry add. Now let's see if it combines all four. And there you go, it combined the cherries, strawberries, banana, and apples. And there you have it. Oh yeah, before I wrap it up, there's one more thing that you can do here. If you click publish, you'll be able to actually publish your application using the Firebase app hosting. It's going to become an official website that people can visit and interact with, and you can make money with it. All you need to do is just link your cloud billing information and set up the environment, and you will be on your way. And that's about it, guys, for this video. Very cool app, and I would love to hear what you guys think about it down below in the description, and I'd like to hear what you guys want me to do for the next video. That's it from me, guys. Thank you. Bye.